Hey everybody, this is John from /Bash, and today I am bringing you another proRevenge Reddit video. If you're new to the channel, then subscribe and ring that notifications bell so you don't miss out on the fun. In our first story, we have the Christmas Ornaments Robin Hood. Let's jump right in. It is 2020, unfortunately. It's the day after my two younger sisters and I flew out to Pennsylvania to see my dad, who lives there after getting divorced by my mom for 15 years of not being a good husband or dad. He lives with his mom, cranky grandma, and her devil cat, as well as my amazing aunt and her angel kitten. Dad gets home from work. "Where's Emmy?" he asks my cranky grandma. "She's in the basement," cranky grandma says, probably throwing in a snide comment or two about the newly dyed purple hair adorning my head or the leather fingerless gloves that have joined my black wardrobe, looking for some Christmas ornaments. Dad goes down the basement stairs and finds me rummaging through cardboard boxes. "What are you looking for?" he says. "Hi, Dad," I say. "Well, I noticed that you decorated for Christmas, but you're missing a few things. Where are the mooses?" The mooses are a pair of stuffed mooses that have been put up every Christmas since I can remember. They're brown, about 2 feet tall, and soft as a marshmallow. There's Mama Moose, who is named Mary, holding Baby Moose, who is named Christmas, and is in a red velvet sack reading "Merry Christmas" on it in gold embroidery. The mooses always go on the couch to watch over the living room and all the decorations and presents in it while we're asleep. The problem with the mooses is that when my mom divorced Dad, she was so scared of him that she let him have almost everything. This included the mooses and quite a few more of her treasured ornaments. And since I've always been the one to set the mooses on the couch, that first Christmas with a divorced Dad just didn't feel right without them. Dad helps me look for the mooses for a while. "Sorry, sweetie, they must have gotten lost in the move," he says. I smile and don't tell him that I hate being called sweetie. "It's okay," I say, and put out a cardboard box. "Hey, look, it's your What God Wants for Christmas box. I love that tradition." We go set up What God Wants for Christmas in the living room. I say, "I think I'm going to take a nap." Dad says, "Okay." I go upstairs and into my room and shut the door. I walk over to the window seat storage chest under my window, and I open it. "Hello, mooses," I say. The mooses lay on top of my stuffed animal collection, looking dusty. Several other ornaments I recognize as moms are keeping them company. I grin and shut the chest. It is the day we fly back to my home state. I have the mooses packed away in my suitcase and the other ornaments tucked beside them, wrapped in my fluffiest, but still black, hoodie to protect them. I roll my suitcase out to the hallway. Dad is weighing youngest sister's bag to make sure it's under 50 pounds. "Okay, now I need to check it to make sure you're not stealing any of my stuff," he tells her. My mind says, "Oh no." My brain gives me uncomfortable memories of how Dad raged when he thought one of us had stolen his coffee mug. My voice says, "Privacy invaded in 3, 2, in a joking tone. Dad and youngest sister laugh. Dad does not check anyone's suitcase. We are at the airport. Younger sister's suitcase is somehow 3 pounds over the weight limit. Dad says, "Emmy, grab one of the suitcases that already went through and open it up. We'll put some of younger sister's stuff in there." He gestures to my suitcase. My mind makes an ear-splitting screeching noise that sounds like someone slammed their brakes to avoid hitting a pterodactyl, and hit the pterodactyl anyway. My brain imagines Dad opening the suitcase and going into a rage at the sight of the mooses. My voice says, "Sure, Dad." My hands grab youngest sister's suitcase instead of mine and pass it over. Dad opens it. Her suitcase contains no smuggled goods. We transfer the stuff, and the very nice airport lady sends all the bags down the conveyor belt. Dad asks me why I waved to mine. I shrug. "Just being weird," I say. "Good luck, mooses," my mind says. We are back home. My family, my older sister who didn't go with us, Mom, my other grandma who we called Maga, and my Bopa or Grandpa are all sitting in the living room catching up. I say, "I'm disappointed you took the tree down already." Older sister laughs. "It's past New Year's." "I know," I say, "but I brought some stuff to put on it." I open my suitcase. I show around the ornaments I smuggled back. 3 tiny stuffed snowmen, our cat's catnip stuffed cat ornament, a white clay angel, a wooden rocking horse, a wooden mouse king, a clay snowman, my older sister's stuffed dog. When I unveil the rocking horse, Maga gasps. "I bought that for your mother when she was little," she exclaims. "How did your dad get it?" "That's not everything," I say. I unzip the flap hiding the mooses from view. I pull out the mooses. Older sister and Bopa clap. "How did you get those back here right under Dad's nose?" older sister asks. Maga laughs so hard she has tears in her eyes. The tears in Mom's eyes are not from laughter. Slowly, she reaches out and takes the mooses, hugging them to her chest. Over their antlers, she mouths, "Thank you." And then she gets up and she sets the mooses down on the couch, right where they belong. In story 2, when a sister steals her brother's iPod, he uses his technical knowledge to get revenge on her computer. Imagine being in high school back in the latter days of George Bush and finally buying that iPod of your dreams. After saving up your allowance and the money you made around the neighborhood doing random work and lifeguarding at the local pool, yep, that was me. And I was that douchebag 14-year-old who would make sure you knew I had one of the better iPods, one that could play video. It was the latest Nano if I remember right. Simpler times. But every story needs an antagonist. My sister happened to fill that role many times. We are very close now, but back then, it wasn't so rosy. She was a teenager as well and spent most of those years resenting me. If I had something nice, flip you for having that. I was quite protective of my precious iPod. She raised quite the crap storm when my parents refused to buy her one. "Your brother saved his money. We didn't pay for it. We're not stopping you from buying one too if you save your money." That was their attitude towards any luxury that us kids wanted, even up to that time when buying a first card was on the table. We each had to buy our own. It built character and taught responsibility. Well, that iPod goes missing one day at home when I knew damn well I had left it charging at the family computer. I left it unattended. My parents confirmed that they did not touch it, and all eyes were on my sister. I'll jump ahead here. As it turned out, she had indeed taken it and had one of her friends temporarily store it until the heat was off of her. She knew my parents would essentially strip search her. After this unraveled, one of my buddies saw her with the iPod at school several days later. It was time for payback. Back then, I liked to think of myself as a bona fide hacker. That's right, I knew all about batch files and how to open command prompt. Don't flipping cross me. You have no idea what I'm capable of. Yeah, anyway, we don't talk about those dark days, but I actually did know enough to copy and paste some destructive commands into scripts, using delete and register delete commands and the like. In the days of Windows XP, this would essentially require reinstalling the operating system. I was also aware of a program called bat2exe, which could package your batch files, and associated files it would call from the same directory, into a normal execute file. And you could pick an icon to slap on that execute, if you had the ICO file on hand. It doesn't take a genius, because as much as I thought I was one, I wasn't, to devise a plan here. I put a script together with the worst crap I could muster and gave it the Internet Explorer icon. This went onto my sister's computer, which was an old Pentium M laptop, which barely had enough ability to load MySpace at the time. My hacker abilities allowed me to log into the administrator account by booting into safe mode or something and simply replacing the iExplorer.execute main file with my science experiment. I believe I had it so that it actually opened the real Internet Explorer in parallel, just so I could deny this more easily. Fast forward to that magical moment. She's home from color guard practice and is ready for an evening full of crappy webcam photos that use every mid-2000s effect ever created. But before she can upload them, disaster. The screen resolution goes tits up and the color profile is 16 colors for some reason. Random pop-up messages every few seconds. Microsoft Windows had detected a giant blank. Please consider a system upgrade. And stuff like that. Your hard drive is jammed with peanut butter. Restart required. The whole script plays out and she's left with a paperweight until someone can get around to sorting it. Unfortunately, the computer guy in the family took quite a while to get around to it. My dad knew damn well that I had something to do with this, even if he didn't understand it fully. He made my sister apologize to me before I helped her with her laptop and made her buy me a new case for my iPod, as she threw away the one I had to try and make it less identifiable. Well, that's the story, folks. To people who asked what happened to the iPod, I got it back after learning from my buddy that she was going to have it on her. She was in a world of crap from my very traditional discipline that child parents, in addition to her laptop being a boat anchor for a few weeks. This is John from /Bash. Please hit that like button to help with the almighty YouTube algorithm and subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.